IoE lecture, and today we also inaugurate our logo. So I request Professor Graziano to come to the stage, and then Professor Appa Rao, Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad. So we first begin with the unveiling of the logo. This logo was designed by two students, Anaka and Akash.
IoE director, please come.
Professor Kanchan, Professor Suresh and Professor Vijay were the jury members who adjudicated the entries that they received. This is all. The university also would like to acknowledge this design and is giving them a certificate in honor. No, they will do it.
That's right. That is there in the plan.
Now I request Professor Suresh to speak about the jury and the selection of the logo.
A very good afternoon to our chief guest professor, Graziano Kratli, to our honorable VC, Professor Appa Rao, and to one and all in the audience here. First of all, I would like to thank the IoE team for requesting a member of the jury of the logo design competition to speak on this occasion. The jury members included Professor Kanchan Malik from Department of Communication, Professor Vijay Bhaskar Marisetty from School of Management Studies, and myself from the Department of Fine Arts in the university. We had a very different perspectives and approaches to this task, and we met several times with IoE team to identify and clarify the symbolic elements that would represent our vision as an Institute of Eminence. After the open call for applications, the jury of logo design committee received 24 entries for this competition. Sorry if I'm gone wrong with the numbers. A competition for from the different schools of university. Eventually, we settled on 2 logos out of these rest of the entries. The design of 2 finalists have entirely different qualities and strengths. We were able to convince both the designers, Ms. Anaka Ajit and Akash Dinkar, to collaborate and work closely together, combination the best of their ideas in order to align it with a larger vision of university as an Institute of Eminence. Together, we came up with the logo that we have with us today. I would describe what we have identified and what it stands with. That is, the open book in the lower half of the logo suggests the opening of young minds to the rich worlds of learning in libraries, laboratories, and studios, the space of knowledge and learning. The second, the collection of pens in the center of logo hints a spirit of teamwork as scholars from different schools, disciplines of the university come together to collaborate in spirit of study and inquiry. The search in the university tries to see the world in stark black and white terms, while paying equal attention to the gray zones in between. The 5 pens slowly mutate into a crown that represents the highest glory of university that is committed to pushing the frontiers of knowledge. Finally, the world of books, research, and learning is placed in an open-ended foliage, wreath as a reminder of the glory and abundance of natural beauty that makes up the campus of the University of Hyderabad. This is its logo that aligns closely with IoE vision. I take this opportunity to congratulate designers, Ms. Anaka and Akash, for the coming together to create it. I also thank all the participants of the enthusiastic participation in this competition, for even though they were not officially selected, their entries were invaluable for us to draw on the ideas to formulate the final design of this logo. Thank you for the opportunity to have been part of this important and historical milestone in the history of the University of Hyderabad.
Now I request Anaga and Ajit to come to the stage again, please. Thank you. Now I request Professor Pramod Nair, Director IoE, to speak about the IoE.
Good afternoon. Thank you first to Graziano for dealing with the unexpected with considerable ease. He had not, I think, bargained for being part of this ceremony when he agreed to deliver his talk. And in addition to delivering his talk here and being participant in this ceremony, he's also been outsourced to other universities. So he's delivering a talk later at Pune as well. Those of you who have heard me before on the IoE can go to sleep. It's that hour of the afternoon anyway. But as we stand here, plans for implementation are underway. The IoE team met at various points in the last several months, heads and deans of various schools. We moved on to meeting faculty across schools as well, and then the research scholars of various schools, taking inputs from them about what they have in mind, what they would like us to keep in mind about the IoE's implementation, its program of action. And as of now, plans are being put together to see how best it can be leveraged. The purpose, as I've said before, is to ensure that there is a definite movement upwards in the quality of education that students who walk through the gates of this university will receive, from the integrated all the way to their doctoral programs, so that students leaving this institution will become the most sought after employees for companies, universities, and any institution which is looking to hire our students. The plans will take time, as all Sarkari plans do, to fructify. But the IoE is in no particular hurry from what we can see of the government's movements in this direction either. So we are also not in a particularly great hurry, though we prefer to have it systematically organized, which we are trying to do. Mostly it's just the five of us, Kailash, Devashish, I don't know whether you met that team, Kailash, Devashish, Sharmishta and Chandrasekhar. We do the running around. We cry on each other's shoulders frequently. But as of now, how we see the IoE as shaping up is based on the inputs we have received. And those inputs have also in many ways been tied to the original application, which was prepared over a considerable period of time. As many of you know, there are several of you in the audience here who contributed to that. We now have a website. We have a new Spider-Man. That's the man who operates the web. That is Vasuki. So I tend to refer to him as Spider-Man because he controls the web. You know, if you think of it as a very magnanimous and an event of great magnitude, both, because he seems to find time to do that as well. So thanks to Vasuki for doing a lot of the stuff which we would otherwise not be able to pull off. We are very grateful to the various officers of the university who have helped us at every stage, starting with our controller of examinations, Devesh Nigamji, the two pro-vice chancellors, Ashish, who, the advantage with Ashish is you can yell at him endlessly and he doesn't seem to lose his cool. That I think is part of the training of being a public relations officer. The Vice Chancellor, Secretariat, Mr. Krishna, Mrs. Rupa and others. Colleagues across the university whom we have consulted formally and informally to help us plan things, to help us set up meetings, deans of the various schools who have circulated drafts of things that we have been sending across, letters and things like that, heads of departments. But most of all, we are extremely happy to look at the student responses to our meetings. When we had the first meeting with the research scholars of the sciences, I think it went on for about 3 hours, very intensive, some repetitive, yes, but an extraordinary amount of input that they gave us, which in many ways is what we hope the IoE will become. It's something that will be part of how we think about our institution, how we think about what we want to do and how we do it. And for that, we are extremely grateful to all of you. For example, I see one member of the IQC is here, but we hope to work with them as well, and several others who have formally and informally been part of this journey so far. It's still very early. We have no idea where we are going, but as the Mock Turtle told Alice, if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter which way you go, which road you take. We are more or less in that direction. We're very grateful also. I am personally very grateful to the members of the IoE team. A lot of work seems to get done on WhatsApp and email. We don't necessarily have to see each other's faces, which at some point is very effective because we still manage to get work done. To the Office of the Vice Chancellor, who also seems to be able to find a fairly large amount of time to communicate with us on various matters, emails and other modes of communication, and the two PVCs who have also given us a lot of their time. Thank you all for coming. I know you are looking forward to the main event, that is the Institution of Eminence lecture, which the series which kickstarts with Graziano's talk today. Thank you.
I request the Vice Chancellor, Prof Appa Rao, to say a few words.
Distinguished speaker, the first speaker in the IoE lecture series that we are starting today. Faculty colleagues, officers, staff, students, and guests. This is a very, very special occasion in the university because many of us know we got this Institution of Eminence and there are many things that are planned. I know the 5 members and the people around them, how much of a time they are working these days for the past maybe 3 months or more than that. A lot of things there are being planned. We want to see how best this opportunity given to us can be utilized to become one of the best universities in the world. That's the objective. In the process, there are many things that are being planned to build infrastructure, which may be lecture hall complexes, which may be central instrumentation laboratories, which may be some research labs, which could be other equipment, research equipment which are not available in the university as of now, and a few minor things that may be also added along as per the requirements. And we want to have an increased research activity. As such, we are recognized for our research. Our university is recognized as one of the best research universities in the country. But we want to take it to the next level. Maybe it's in terms of if not in the number of publications, but in terms of quality of publications that come from the university. And for the students, as Pramod has explained, after a series of meetings with research students, they're coming up with plans. And for master students, we have made some plans. And for the staff, also we have plans how to take advantage of this Institution of Eminence status to reach to the next level and become one of the best in the world. I am here more to congratulate the students and thank the jury for helping the university in designing finally this logo. And second important thing is to launch this IoE lecture series. We all know that there are two other kinds of lecture series that we have on the campus. Apart from the lectures that happen in departments and schools on a regular basis, at university level we have two different series. One of it has been there for more than 2 decades, that is Distinguished Lecture Series. And the second one is of more recent origin, that is Alumni Lecture Series. That's one place where we want to strengthen our bonds with our alumni. And some of you sitting here as the students today, we would like to see some of you coming back and giving lectures under Alumni Lecture Series at some point in time in your life. And the third and most recent, and which is being launched today, is the Institution of Eminence Lecture Series. And we are fortunate to have a speaker who not only has links with our faculty in different works, but also has worked on other poetry that just now Professor Vinod has brought to my notice. He has other link with the university, I would say, and it is not easy to get such kind of a person who is organically linked to this university in many ways to be the first speaker for this IoE lecture series. These lectures we would be having from now at regular intervals whenever we are able to rope in a distinguished scholar, and when they have time and when they are able to spend maybe a half a day or a day with us and share their experience through their lectures. So this will be the third lecture, and I'm happy to inaugurate this third lecture series at the university under the banner of Institution of Eminence. I don't want to take more time. I only congratulate the IoE team for planning this lecture series as part of the activities of the IoE, which will go a long way in inviting the distinguished scholars from different parts of the world to deliver talks in the university at regular intervals. Thank you very much and good luck to all. And I thank the speaker for accepting our invitation and spending time with us. And of course, Pramod says that he has even outsourced his services to the sister university in Pune, that's fine. And as long as he has time and he can share his expertise, that's something, a good gesture on his part, that he is able to share, give a talk over there as well. Welcome to university and welcome to this talk. Thank you very much.